Hey, what's going on? So, I want to talk about not giving up. And it's one of those things, I have to say this in the beginning. More just I guess more of a liability kind of standpoint. This isn't saying don't give up if somebody says no. Like they say, no means no. So it's not what this is about. It's focusing on, if you tried to compete for something, you didn't qualify. You applied for a job, you got rejected. You're into photography, and the photos, you tried a different style of photography or you tried something different, and it was just an abysmal fail. I think abysmal, I guess that's the word. It was just a complete failure. That's what this is about, and other similar circumstances. So it's really easy to, if things just don't go to plan the first time, to just say, you know what, it didn't work. Oh well, I'm not doing this again. It was too much work the first time. Nope, not for me. You know. Now there's a time, like I said earlier, with when this doesn't apply, but there's also other areas when this may not apply. And if you tried to do something and the first time, there was such a level of that, just feeling in your gut that it's just not safe what you're doing, you know, then you may not want to try again. But if it was something that, like I said, a competition you just didn't place well, or you didn't qualify for the competition, learn from what you messed up on, or you applied at a job and they told you no, or if you can find out, or if they tell you what their reason was, work to improve that. Come back, put in, try again with, if you really want to work for that organization, come back a little bit later on, show that, have some way of showing, hey, I've improved in this area. If there's a competency test or something, or a physical test that you didn't perform well at, work hard, put the effort in, and go back, 6 months, a year later, unless, or longer, if there's some kind of limit on how often you can apply, go back and try again. You know, put in applications for other organizations in that same field. Find other competitions in that same field. The photography, if it's photography or something like that, or some kind of skill like that, maybe hire a trainer, or meet up, get into a club of people that are into that same sport or that same area. If, say, you like doing street photography, maybe there's a street photography club, or you're into doing long exposure photography or sport photography or something. Try and find mentors in that area. Maybe not so much going out and going to pay for official classes. Maybe that is the answer, though. Maybe you do need to take actual classes on it. But maybe going the less expensive route and finding a club, or finding somebody that'll be a mentor. And you may not directly pay them in money, but you may have to. But it might be one of those things where, you and that person go out practicing photography, or y'all, whatever, and you pick up the tab for lunch, or you get them a case of their favorite beverage, or, maybe they like a certain kind of apple, and you buy them, a bag of the type of apple that they like, whatever. Um, but always, whenever something doesn't go exactly the way you want it, try and get feedback. Try and get feedback from either the person that said no or others. And a lot of times, like people say, like your family and friends aren't going to tell you that your stuff's like, And like I said, a lot of my stuff ties to photography, but if you show your images to a family member, a lot of times they're not going to tell you your photography's crap because they don't want to hurt your feelings. They're friends and stuff like that. So you may have to, you may have to go to other people and say that don't know you, don't really care if they upset you or stuff like that, and you may have to go and get and then kind of a unbiased opinion on what it is. So just if it doesn't go the way you wanted, don't give up on it. Keep trying at it, and it eventually with the hard work and stuff like that, and then by the time when you do get to that spot, you'll have much more appreciation for it because you've put in that hard work. You'll work harder to keep that job or keep that title of being the first place or being really good at the photography. You'll keep practicing and honing those skills and only get better. So that's it for this video. If you're still here, I'll kind of share a little personal story, without getting into too much detail with it. But where I work, I've been doing the same job for a number of years, and I like what I do. But there came up an opportunity for basically moving up to a position that I felt more enjoyment and more of a passion in doing. And I basically, for the course of 2 or so years, you know, kept doing my normal work plus the additional work tied to this field. And now I've been moved over to that section, and I'm much, it's because it's where I felt I had a passion. Now I'm much happier, and because I had to put in all that work, all that time, effort, and energy into getting to that point. I have a much higher appreciation for it. It makes me push myself to want to do more every day and show results and basically show to the boss, hey, not only am I doing the work, but you put the right person in this position because, you know, I'm getting all this stuff done. I'm doing what's got to be done. And it's not saying going above and beyond every single day. It's just doing the work that has to be done and proving. That's one thing that kind of people kind of work real hard. They'll get to I'm kind of going back. So if you're still here, hey, thanks. But that's one thing that I think happens a lot, and it's upsetting with to some supervisors and other people, where it's like you pretty much put in all that work to get to that position, but then when you get to that position, you quit performing basically. You were doing all of this work, and once you got there, you just kind of leveled out. You didn't, it's that's just to me not a good thing. So thanks for watching. Have a good one.